Today we're with Weslley Magic Maia, Cage Warriors Bantamweight. Weslley, how are you doing today?
Yeah, so good, my man. Just chilling out. Coming back home right now. Day dawn. So yeah, that's it. And you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Weslley. Good. So you're 10 fights into your MMA career professionally. You've had
Yep.
6 wins, all by stoppage, I believe. How satisfied
Yeah.
are you with your career so far?
Yeah. So far, a lot of highs and downs, as it was supposed to be, as day one. But I'm always competing against the high level guys, never picking, like never choosing the easy fights. Always like trying to take the undefeated guys and put the first lose on their records. So that's what I'm looking for, some action. But yeah, feeling good. Like going to fight in June. So just getting ready for that, preparing myself.
Well, in your last fight, you fought an undefeated fighter. I thought it was
Yes.
a close fight. I believe you got knocked down, if I remember. So I watched it live. Um, you did score a knockdown, didn't you?
What?
A
Sorry,
knock.
can you say again?
You scored a knockdown, didn't you? Over Martin. Oh, I can't pronounce his name.
Yes, as Michelle
That's it.
Martignani or something like that.
It was a good fight.
It just felt like this weekend.
How happy were you with that performance?
Honestly, it was not. I'm not happy with the performance.
Yeah.
I did like a very good first round, but I was like, I did something wrong with my energy, I slowed it down so quickly, like I fatigued my muscles. So I did something wrong in the weight cut probably, because yeah, I never feel like that in the gym, you know what I mean? When I go through trainings, like it's always training hard against the high level guys. I got a lot of good like teammates to practice with. So it's always like pushing myself forward, and and know what I could have delivered. It's like I know I could have delivered more than than I did it on that day. So, but yeah, it was just like I was just slow it down quickly, after the first round. It's like I feel I was a better fighter than him. Could have finished him a lot of times, but I was trying in the first round. I was trying to don't rush as well. It was like I was trying to keep calm. You know what I mean? And then I think I just gave a chance to him to survive. And then in terms of and then in the second round, when I just like I took him down like second round, con- uh, instead of throwing some punch and then come back to the it's like let he come up to his feet. I was trying to hold the guy in the ground, and then I washed my energy right there. Like I fatigued my beast, my muscle. Yeah, but like learning from it as always. Even when I win, it's always like especially it's like when I win or it's like win or losing. I'm always gonna back home, watch the tape, and see where I can improve to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. Can I just ask, how did you get into mixed martial arts?
Wow, it was a kind of like in the beginning was I never dreamed it with I would be like a fighter, you know what I mean? That started like was just like I had like one friend in Brazil when I was a kid, and this guy used to play football like every day in the streets of Brazil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like playing footballs every day. And then one day, I just realized that guy didn't come to play football. You know what I mean? And then it was like, okay, cool. Next week, I saw the guy. He was my friend, and then I asked him, "Where you?" It's like, what did you come to play football this week? And then he said, "Me, I went to jiu-jitsu," and I was like, "What the hell is that?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's jiu-jitsu? And then he starts to explain, and he said to me, "Yeah, it was like he just explained, and he said to me, come with me any day. and then I'm gonna show you. I just said, okay, cool. And then it was like that guy. He was a massive football fan. You know what I mean? And then I just realized he was stopping to play football with us in the street and started to go into the gym training. So I was like, man, this box jiu-jitsu should be good. Should be nice because the guy's not coming to play football anymore, you know? So I was like, okay, let me see what is this. And then I went to this gym, and then that was my first contact with the mat, you know what I mean? So it was in jiu-jitsu. Like, actually, I started training, like on that time I started training. And then, yeah, that begins like that. And then a couple months after, I just started training kickboxing. And then especially I had like much, it's like I enjoyed more to throw punches and kicks, you know, on that time when I had the choice to when I had the chance to choice, I was like, okay, let me stay on that. I wanna learn how to throw punches and kicks. Because I don't wanna like be smoking in this school as the other guys, you know what I mean? I was like, I need to defend myself. So I started like that, you know, like I just want to defend myself against big guys, bad guys, stuff like that.
Yeah. So interesting transition from football to mixed martial arts.
Yes.
Which weight do you
Yes.
prefer fighting at? Do you prefer bantamweight or flyweight?
Well, actually, I started my career as a flyweight. You know what I mean? I used to be a flyweight before. I had a couple boats in flyweight. I feel like four boats, 5 boats in flyweight division. And then when I came to London, I just decided to test myself, like to challenge myself against the bantamweight guys, you know? Because so and then I just like, okay, let me see what happened. Like, if I fight a lot, it's like before I was quite light to the bantamweight guy, to the bantamweight division, you know. But was quite like heavy as well for the flyweight because my body type is just like I don't have like too much body fat to cut, so that's make the weight cut hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then I decided, I was talking to my coach, and then he said, let's try on bantamweight, let's see what happened. And then I did the transition to the bantamweight division. You know, when I came to UK.
What's next for you then? You mentioned at the start you have a fight in June. Can you explain any more on that or not?
Yes, like of course I can. Like I have some things on my mind, you know, like some things I would like to do. I was at home for the first like I was at home just like watching these guys like fighting each other. You know, I know there's a lot of good fights to make. You know, as I always say, man, I'm just a ninja. You know, I'm not here for the easy fights. I'm not here to make the records. Like I wanted the experience. I want to be in there. I want to leave the sofa, you know, and go for the action. So that's what I'm looking right here. So I saw the guy who beat my last opponent, the guy who beat me up in this year. So Nathan Fletcher, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was watching their fights as well. He's a good guy, you know. I know the 5-0 coming from next generation. So I like that. It's like sounds familiar for me, you know.
Yeah.
I would love to fight this guy. Yeah. You know, he's very confident about his skills. And then why not? Let's see what happened, you know. But the crazy horse as well. I know the guy we can fight. Yeah. You know, I could not to be in this trilogy because it was like I had like some problems on my fight camp. I got like staph infection, you know. So I could not to train for 1 month. So it takes me like 4 weeks off. Because I had like staph twice. I don't know what happened. Like I was getting staph twice, like back to back. So and I could not to fight, but I would love to fight the whole guys who won on this trilogy. I would love to fight them, you know. Yeah. But let's see what happened. Like I'm not gonna honestly it's like I'm gonna say like humble. I was defeated on my last fight, you know. So I'm spending my time and my attention in I choose like it make progress, you know, like get better for my next fight. So I'm not like I don't have like one name on my mind. I'm gonna prepare myself because I know it's like what I can do on my best, like on shape sharp, you know, with the full gas tank. So yeah, I'm just like curious to face all these guys who won in the last trilogy, all of them.
Yeah.
If you're at a bantamweight, I would like to fight you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you did lose your last fight, but you still looked good in losing that fight. In that first round, people could still see the talent that you possess. Just a bit of a weird question. Well, not weird, but a different question. Other than yourself, who is your favorite mixed martial artist of all time?
Nice question, man. That's a nice question, buddy. Come on. uh, 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 wow, bro. I got like his highlight when he was in his prime. You know what I mean? Now he's coming back. Now he's back in for action after 2 years out. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I like TJ, like because he's a black guy, bantamweight guy as well. You know. So, but I think I can say my favorite fighter as well because that is a nice history. People don't realize about that. When I start training, I was watching some fight. When I started to train for becoming like an MMA fighter, you know, like mix the skills. Like I was just watching like coach, you know what I mean? So I'm working with one of the people who was watching on YouTube, and then like, oh shit, man, I want to do this. You know what I mean? So this guy's my coach. So yeah, I can say, yeah, he's one of my favorite fights. I can say, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, finally, I just want to talk to you about your first fight with Cage Warriors was against Jack Shaw, who is still undefeated. He's in the UFC.
Doing well, doing perfect.
Doing very well, yeah. Is that somewhere you want to end up, the UFC, or are you just here to take one fight at a time and entertain the fans like you do?
No, to be honest, like for people, is like I'm realist. It's like I like to keep my feet in the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be honest with myself, but at the same time, I just have the vision. Like I know where I'm gonna be. Yes, I know where I'm gonna be in 5 years. You know what I mean? I know where I'm gonna be competing in the cage, like just like making money. You know, having fun, punching some people's face, and you know being on TV. Like I know it's gonna happen. So it's a whole process. You know, that's why I never lose like my confidence, even in when it's like in defeats. You know, has a Malet's fight, for example. Because it's the whole process, you know. I know it's like I'm gonna give to you a little it's like an example of a guy who a businessman, let's say, the guy become like a multimillionaire, let's say, you know what I mean? Because he just like create a company. He's the owner of the company, you know what I mean? This guy, to be on that position, he had to spend like 15, 12 years of his life, you know what I mean? Like building his company. And then he become like a multimillionaire. I'm not talking, it's like the main thing is not being a multimillionaire. It's just an example of success, you know what I mean? So that means what? That means like the great things in life, they don't come with 5 years, 10 years. It takes time. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm building a company that's gonna sell beautiful violence for people who's watch at home and have a fun, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I know it takes time. So I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna fight Jack Shore again because I'm young. He's young, you know what I mean. So maybe you never know about before. Like just who knew about tomorrow, about the future is God. You know what I mean. So I'm preparing myself to. I don't know. Let's see if our path cross again in the future, and I think I will. It will because the guy's just great, and I'm preparing myself to be great. You know what I mean. So I want to be in there. I want to be between these guys. You know what I mean? I want to be in like maybe let's say maybe he can be the champ when I come to, and then I will be the challenge, the underdog, and then I'm gonna shock people out. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna be them, and then I'm gonna be prepared for that.
So Weslley, do you mind talking about your previous career before you signed with Cage Warriors?
Now let's do it. It's gonna be a pleasure. So how was before the Cage Warriors? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I become a professional guy in Brazil, of course,
Yeah.
and then had like a couple fights on my hometown,
Mm-hmm.
and then bro, like I just like I said at the beginning was like around me around my town. So I had, and it was a crazy process because, for example, on my second professional fight, I just broke my leg, you know, like my right leg.
Yeah.
Exactly like Anderson Silva, like exactly the same injury. So was a tough thing, you know. I had to fight against that early in my career. So it made me again like was a hard step, but what was important for me as well for see like what is really important, you know, in life, like health. You know what I mean? To wake up in the morning and be able to do what you love to do. That's one of the things who one of the it's like this accident make me realize that, you know, like today, for example, when I wake up and I had the opportunity to training to running, and then had I did like a massive running today this morning. You know, the summer was nice,
Yeah,
so
it's a good day.
it's just like yeah, it was a good weather. You know, so it's just like these little things in life. They yeah, just like I learning a lot on that fight. Like broke my leg. I wasn't sure if I could fight again one day. You know what I mean? So it was a tough thing, but I fight against that, and then I won because here I am. I'm still fighting. You know, I'm still chasing the dream.
And what was it like
It
fighting
was
in
a
your hometown? Sorry, did I just cut you off there?
man, it was crazy. No, that's all right. Man, it was nice because on my hometown, I always bring in a lot of people to watch. You know, in the arena. I was a good seller. So seller. Is
Yeah.
that the word? Yeah. Okay.
Sold.
So help me with my English, man. Come on. So so yeah, I was a good seller on my hometown.
Yeah.
So always when I had to fight on my hometown was like a lot of people's in the arena, you know, they screaming, they supporting me, or even with like my opponents as well. I had a couple of boats with good sellers as well, and these guys they come with bringing a lot of people. So that was just like a love. It's like man, it was just like a crazy thing to be in, you know, like, and then I love that because this couple minutes, this couple minutes make everything like oh shit that you know that
Yeah.
here's where ever it's like all the hard work make it's like payoff, you know, when you feel like oh man, come on, here we go again, you know.
Yeah.
You watch you look for the other side of the cage and there's a guy waiting for you to exchanging punch. So it's a very good feeling, you know. Nice being.
And you fought without a crowd before. In your last fight, there wasn't a crowd there, I believe, because it was one of the Cage Warriors trilogies. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that experience like compared to fighting, let's say, in your hometown with as a seller, with a lot of fans cheering you on? What's the difference with fighting with no fans?
Uh yeah, let's be honest, like with fans, it's like the party is complete, you know. Everything is there, everyone's there, your opponent's there, the reference is there, everyone's there, the cameras, and they have like people to support. So of course that is the best. It's better with people in the arena to watch, you know. But at the same time, in terms of like I could hear the shots. That's what I like to on fight with our people, with other crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything I throw was like has a shotgun. You know? So that was so nice as well. You know. So especially for people who was watching on TV as well, it's nice to hear the shots. You know, the UFC without crowds as well. It's like, damn, can you? It's like hit the bangs, you know. So that's nice. But I prefer with people in the arena, even if they are there to support the other guy, my opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still prefer people in the arena because in the end of the night, after a good performance, they're gonna support you because people they just love beautiful violence, no matter what. You know, if you do it well, if you do it beautiful, they're gonna love it.
So I believe you fought in Cave Warriors with the crowd. What were the fans like in the UK compared to Brazil?
Honestly, they are quite similar in terms of how they love this sport. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know who drinks more beer as well, and then man, hard to say. I just think they're very similar. I think they both love this sport, you know. So man, I just cannot remember the difference because especially because they was like against me, you know. They were supporting Jack Shore, of course, because their hometown with their fighters, so their fighters. So, but as I say to you, after the fight, that was what I like about MMA, you know. After the fight, a lot of people they came to me and then showed some love, you know. They support me. They show me like respect because I took the fight with 24 hours notice, you know.
Yeah.
And then saved the show. So I just want that to work, you know, and they knew it. So yeah, I really appreciate the fans and Wallace and he and England as well, you know, in London. I like people's like they really appreciate the mixed martial arts skills, you know. They really appreciate. So yeah, that was a nice experience.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, final question because we're running a bit low on time. Who has been your toughest opponent in your career so far?
My toughest what, sorry?
Toughest opponent. The toughest guy you stepped in with there.
Toughest guy. Well, I could say Jack Shore because I was not prepared for that fight.
Yeah.
I took the fight because of the challenge, but as I say to you, I'm always honest with myself. I knew it was not better than him, especially on that time, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I had no wrestling skills, stuff like that. Could not to train, had not fight camp, you know. That was like my first week in London. I just had like came from Brazil, you know what I mean? So yeah, I could say Jack Shore, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can say Jack Shore. Honestly, I think he was the toughest fight because he was a prospect already, you know, and then very skilled guy, so and heavier than me as well. A lot of things like a lot of things. I don't like to talk about that because it sounds like excuse, you know, but yeah, like the weight. So yeah, it was just like completely different. Like, but it's gonna be different in the future for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell you.
Well, if you look at the circumstances of that fight, obviously you stepped in on a day's notice against the guy who would be champion, who's now winning in the UFC. So it's not the worst on the record. And you
yeah,
you're here.
Yeah, it's like keep going.
Yeah, you showed you're here to entertain and that you bring violence, which is exactly what you said. So I think that was right for you, and look where you are now. The platform that it's given you, it's built on your.
Yeah, and then was good, and then honestly, he knew I was able to knock him out.
Yeah.
If he didn't take me down, you know what I mean. If he didn't take me down, he knew that. Everyone there arena knew that. Even me, like being more light than him, you know what I mean. But yeah, again, man, a lot of respect, you know, for the guy. I respect everyone until they become my opponent. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna respect, but when they become my opponents, I needed to, you know, drop them out, like make them feel pain and yeah, just take their head off. So, but I like all those guys, man. It's all the same dream in the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's we all have the same dream. Like we always like trying to be better, like trying to make some money, trying to, you know, like looking. It's like just trying to be and raise your dreams. You know, like make your dreams become true.
Yeah. And just before we go, in your next fight, will we see the best Weslley Maia?
The best ever.
Yeah.
It's like people's still they don't know me. Like I'm it's like I'm still like people, they think they know me just because some people can come to me and then say, these guys you just gotta take him down after my fight, you know. But there's a lot of things who I'm been working and improving since that day. And every single fight, man, even when I won, you know, it's like I beat the Adam Wilson in the first round, who was a 5-0 guy as well. And then it's like even when I come back home from that fight, from Adam Wilson's fight, I still was like, shit, I did a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? Because in the end of the day, I don't have an ego. I don't want to be the best guy in the gym. I want to be the best guy, the best of myself. That's what I want to be. You know what I mean? Like every day, like make progress, improve as a person, as a fighter. You know, I'm been learning a lot of things in the UK, you know, not just in terms of skills, but in terms of life experience. You know what I mean? And then I'm grateful with that as well, because I can see like God's plan in my life, like every day, even when I have like a defeat, when things going different than the way who I planned it to, you know. So it's just like in the next fight, how they call me? They call me Magic Man, because there's a reason for they call me that. I got some surprise, something's gonna happen, some violent things gonna happen on my next fight, and then I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the best you ever guys see me in the cage, you know what I mean? The best Weslley Maia every fucking day. I'm gonna be better than I was yesterday, always, no matter what.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I think you are the longest guy that I've had on this channel. So thank you a lot appreciate your time. And
no problem, my bro. You have your dream. I have my dreams. We are here to support each other. You know what I mean?
So you guys
and then raise it together, my bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, best of luck, Weslley. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, man. Keep watching and enjoy the Beautiful Violence show. We're coming back in June.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. See you later, bro.
See you later.